Peace, family. Welcome to today's A Deck a Day. And it is Daughter's Day. Happy Daughter's Day for all of the daughters out there. I am absolutely honored to be the mommy to such a spectacular little girl and to get the opportunity to call her daughter. So I keep track of these Daughter's Days. There actually are several through the year, and definitely a day to celebrate my baby girl. So in honor of Daughter's Day and commemorating Kaya, I'm actually going to be using one of the first decks that I got her in connection with one of our favorite alignments in regards to magic and nature. And it's the fairies, so I am going to be using her fairy deck today. We've had this alignment and affinity with fairies, I myself, since I was a little girl, and the Tooth Fairy, and her as well. So we definitely connect and align with fairy energy. We are all about it with the magic. So fairy deck today for Daughter's Day to connect with Kaya and to give her this extra love. And also featuring this Orgonite, which are charging and cleansing vessels that was also inspired by Kaya, because the first one that I made was this one right here for Kaya. And I didn't expect to really make more of them. It was really just for her, and I realized how powerful they are in regards to their use. And this one in particular is specifically for cleansing your stones or your jewelry. So, you know, it's like a little jewelry box type thing, and then you can put your jewelry or your Orgonite or anything that can fit in there, and it will cleanse your item, because there's black tourmaline, black obsidian, and shungite in here. And then we've got this one here, which is a charging one that has apatite and garnet, and those stones actually activate your stones and intensify their program and their power. So that's what I've decided to do with these powerful vessels. That was inspired by this initial one that I made for Kaya. Her favorite colors, pink and purple. So this one has rose quartz and amethyst, and some mica powder and some copper and some silver leaf and such. So these are what I'm going to be featuring today for Get Organized. So whichever resonate with you, whether it's Kaya's original piece here, or the cleansing vessel, or the charging vessel, and we will see what the fairies have in store for you today. So if you went with Kaya's inspiration, your message for today from the fairies is journey. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So if you chose this deck, then you are on your way somewhere, and that's awesome. So if you've been in two minds about whether you should take this trip, this is definitely cosmic confirmation that you should go ahead and prepare and plan for this. There was a previous A Deck a Day that I remember, it's coming back to me now, that there was some reference to a trip traveling earlier on when I started this off. So if you've been in tune with watching A Deck a Day every day since the beginning, which I believe September 1st was the first day that I started it, it would be interesting to know if you got that original card that was about a trip, and taking that trip, and me also making that reference to it being a confirmation, especially if you're in a dilemma or having doubts about taking that trip, to know if you got this card today. So definitely take that trip, prepare yourself, plan accordingly, And, you know, the fact that it's even specifically saying to pack your passport now, you want to make sure that you're not all ready to go and then you don't have the most important thing that you need, right? So there's a lot, you know, obviously that's going on right now in regards to traveling. You know, I won't get political, and I try to keep things very high vibration on my page and such, but there are a lot of restrictions, there are a lot of mandates, there are a lot of things that are happening right now that does make a lot of us feel restricted depending on the choices that we are making. So hopefully that's not something that is part of what's stopping you from thinking that you can take this trip. Stand your ground, whatever it is that you decide to do, and remember that you are a sovereign being, you are free, and just have faith in that and in the adventure that awaits you. So enjoy and travel safe. If you chose the cleansing vessel, then your message from the fairies: celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. So, in alignment as well with this taking a trip and being free and not feeling restricted, it's so important for us to celebrate. It's so important for us to kind of get our lives back, you know? This idea of things getting back to normal is actually what inspired the branding of Get Back to Natural, because I think that normal is what led us to the place that we're in right now, and it really is about realigning and reconnecting with nature, and, you know, thinking about the ways that we can take better care of ourselves so that we can be healthy regardless of what comes our way, because there's always going to be illness and disease and viruses and such. We can't get away from that, but we have to bolster ourselves, and the celebration aspect of it is really important emotionally for us to not be stuck in fear mongering and worry and doubt and all of these things, and feeling like we have to stay cooped up in the house to protect ourselves from something. We have to be able to trust ourselves, trust our immune systems, as long as we're doing the right things to take care of it. And it's on an emotional level as well. So it's important to play, it's important to go out, it's important to dance, it's important to accept invitations and just be safe about it. So if you chose this card and you've been questioning whether you should go to that thing, or you should try, or you should do it, or you should, you know, feel confident in the decision to just do it, I think that this is confirmation that you should just do it. So that is your message for today. And if you chose the charging vessel with apatite and garnet, then your message for today is: wish wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Wish wisely and practical steps, so important with this alignment. I love this card for that, because we can wish all we want, but if we just kind of sit back and hope that it just falls into our lap, we're reducing the chance and the effectiveness of that actually happening. So the practical steps aspect of it is so important when we're making our wish, when we're putting our order, if you will, out there to the universe. It's also making sure that we're doing what it is on a tangible, practical level, so that we're reminding the universe every step of the way, literally in terms of inspired action, of what it is that we want, so that the universe is fueled and reminded and is giving us what we want. So wish wisely and then do it. Put action towards it. That I want to-do list. I love the idea of an I want to-do list, which is something that I put together every day just to make sure that I'm staying on track with my heart's desires. So I love that, making your dreams come true. It's important to do what it takes to make our dreams come true and not just sit back and dream about it. So that is the message for today. Happy Daughter's Day to all the daughters, and many thanks to all of the mommies. And in the meantime and in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.